Hello everyone, we are next to my beautiful baby that I live in. So, unfortunately she's sick right now. She's going to the doctor and we've got an appointment tomorrow first thing. I live in this thing with my dog and me. I have nowhere I can leave my dog with, so unfortunately I have to take the day off work so I can be with him. But we can't exactly live in this thing while it's being worked on. So what do? We rent one of these bad boys for 20 bucks. Car rentals are cool, but this has a lot of room. It's not ours, so of course we have insurance. We drive it carefully, but we don't have to worry about being a big V8 gas guzzling vehicle. I love my box truck to death, but driving one of these after that feels like a sports car. Why do I love this so much? This is why. So the reason I like U-Hauls is because they're relatively cheap. As I said, 20 bucks. I think this is in Canada, so don't at me with if it's cheaper where you are. But the rental's 20 bucks for in town. Collision damage waiver is $16.95. There's taxes and other stuff involved. This rolling hotel on wheels as a backup cost me $55 plus whatever gas. I don't know where you live. Car rentals are nuts here in Atlantic, Canada. It's upwards of $150 per day. I don't understand it. It makes no sense. But even in other places, car rentals can be 40, 50, 60 bucks a day, which is awesome. You want a nice little compact. But one of the things they're working on my vehicle is the fuel filter. Last time they tried to change it because it's the original of this 92 vehicle, they couldn't get it off for fear of disabling it because the nuts were all seized. So they're basically like, we can't do this right now, we'll try it again later. But imagine waiting all day for your vehicle to get fixed and they're telling you it can't move. It's stuck in a truck yard that closes the gate every night. And even if they did let you sleep in the lot, in the yard, it's not going to be a fun time. It's not a place you want to be. I wouldn't want to be in that position. So worst case scenario, what I usually do is book the U-Haul for 2 days. U-Haul can be really great where if you return it within the first 24-hour rental period, you just pay for that. So 55 bucks. I grabbed some blankets and a pillow. I've not slept in this yet, but should I need to, should something happen, should a part not come in, should my vehicle not start, whatever, I have a place to sleep for the night, which if you've never experienced houselessness is huge. If your car breaks down, you generally have a home to go to. Mine are 2-in-1. It's like how guys have 5-in-1 shampoo, which isn't always a good thing. But whenever I go make my appointment, and this is my third time doing it, I will grab a blanket and some pillows, the basics, what I need, water, etc. I can always grab a sandwich or whatever because this is a vehicle. I can go wherever I want. But as a backup, renting this for 2 days, using it for the one, returning it is great. And it's just a lot of peace of mind. They're newer vehicles. The very first one I rented from these guys had 1,000 kilometers on it. That's like fresh off the assembly line. The ones I've always gotten have been always like fairly new, fairly good condition. I know U-Haul can kind of get in trouble for some locations because there's a reason they played all their stuff in Arizona, so they don't have to do as much regulations locally. But in my experience, they've always been good. And like I said, the peace of mind of having a vehicle that I can just rely on, and in worst case scenario, have a place to sleep is huge. Hotels are not cheap. Again, particularly where I am, Airbnb, same thing. I'm looking at like 200 bucks a night, 55 bucks a night. I will take this hotel that I can drive around in and have a safe place to sleep. Another big thing, if you're broke like me, is U-Haul will usually only charge you, car rentals will charge you between $300 and $500, charge you. $300 and $500, they'll reserve a pre-authorization on your credit card. Totally acceptable. They're giving you a $20,000 plus vehicle. They should have a little bit of assurance. U-Haul just charges you for the amount of the rental as a pre-auth. They're giving you this $40,000 van and they just pre-auth the 55 bucks. and that's with insurance. $55. I think, like I said, their collision damage waiver is 16 plus tax. It might vary from where you are. Quick caveat: a lot of insurance will cover rental vehicles. Because this is a moving vehicle, it often won't. So if you're in that position, I would absolutely get their insurance just to be safe. You can do whatever you want at your own risk, but just do what's smart. Again, this is a $40,000 plus vehicle. $70 is not that big of a deal. 55-ish for a day, worth it. As I said, they're all fairly new vehicles. This one, I don't even know the year, but it's great. It's got everything I need. As a van lifer, of course, I do wish it had no partition, but most people are moving and not using this as a temporary home, so I get that. There's room for my pooch to hang out. I usually get him water, and I have his blanket with it, so we're good. Climate control, you name it. I've got two two cigarette lighter charging ports and a full household 120 volt adapter. You can plug your laptop in, write your great novel, and just live your life and do what you want to do. Backup camera. So for me, my purpose is, you can't beat, not sponsored, but it's the cheapest rental there is to have a reasonable size vehicle. Driving this thing after driving my V8 gas-guzzling 5.7 liter box truck, this thing feels like a race car and a Prius. So it's really fun to zip around and know that I'm not responsible if something breaks down. It's just it's something I just use for a bit and bring back. And also, you know, you're in town visiting some friends, or you want to do a big grocery haul, or go to a place you're not, have a little road trip. You're just paying for kilometers and gas. It's not bad. And you can help someone move if you're really in a pinch, or maybe find something cool at the side of the road. I don't know what you're into, but you know what? If you're into kinky stuff, there's D-rings on the floor. No judgment here. It's just a little hack for you, for me, for any van lifers who just want something alternative, something cheap to just have a temporary home. Because, like I said, there is no worse feeling of just, where am I going to sleep tonight? And a lot of us, even with our van life stuff, are very fortunate that we at least know we have a roof over our heads. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and hope this was helpful, and stay safe with the van lifers. One final thing. Mechanics are equipped to deal with emergencies and fires. They have equipment should anything happen in the shop. You being a camper, bring a couple extra spicy elements into their shop. Out of courtesy, safety, and if you value your vehicle, I would turn any inverters off, disconnect your solar panels, and turn off any propane in the vehicle. This is standard practice. This is stuff you should be doing most of the time anyways. Our vehicles and our systems deal with a lot, bumpy roads, you name it. They can handle a lot. The last thing you need is some over-enthusiastic apprentice hitting your rusted rotors with a sledgehammer, knocking a wire loose. And if you know anything about solar, if your charge controller becomes disconnected from the battery while there is still solar coming to it, it'll kill it. And also, I know it's a minor chance, but propane, not good. So just as a courtesy, you're not going to be using them anyway, so just turn all that stuff off, take one less thing out of the equation, and be courteous and respectful for the people who work in your car.